Dragon Wings is an improvised story. If you're a new listener, make sure to go back to episode 1.
Dragon Wings!
Up ahead, the jagged caverns narrow to a finely hewn stone corridor leading some way into the darkness. And again, 30 feet ahead of you are two statues. They're made of what looks like polished obsidian, flanking the way. And they look, at least from here, they look new, without blemish or dust. They are clearly elves with their sharp, pointed ears, and they've got grim mouths behind a half-helm. Their hands rest on the pommels of swords, with the point end touching the flagstone of the floor. And most notably, feature-wise, is that half of each head, one half is made of stone, and the other half looks like a skull. Looks like it's been worked into the stone, and the divide is vertical, so it's like their right eye, nostril, mouth.
Bone. Or...
It looks like from here, it looks like a skull. You can't tell from this distance what it's made of.
What's our order of march? Who's where?
Quite. Who goes first?
One of us should, because we've got dark vision, haven't we?
Yeah.
I'll go at the back. You can go at the front.
So are you lighting a torch?
So ever the gentleman. Ever the gentleman.
Yeah.
Do we? It's like us two, like having a battle for who can be least gentlemanly. Actually, that's like the least helpful of the four. Do we want to draw attention to ourselves with the poop monster?
I mean, we're in its domain now, right? It'll know we're here.
And as you say that, you just hear a ting, 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 as I cast mage armor at will, as I just. So, well, I guess he knows that we're here now, so...
Light up them torches, then.
Yeah, while this is
Light the beacon!
I've been busy with tinder and flint, lighting up a torch.
Oh. Torch flares to life.
And I put pluckers back on my back, stand up straight, hold the torch up.
Okay.
Nice.
So what is the order? Nothing's up
me?
first?
I'll go just behind nothing.
Nothing, then Jacob, then Cassius.
Yep.
Then Osgaren.
We've put the shittiest, weakest, worst fire at the front, but let's go.
Now we've got light. Do we want Jacob to go at the front?
Yeah, sure.
Big burly Jacob.
He does have the pig chicken, though.
The package.
Yeah.
But if I'm just behind you, I can protect you slightly.
Okay.
I can.
Nothing done like this. She does like the chicken, so...
I love picturing the fact that you guys are just sort of squabbling at the end of this corridor, like mixing places. Like, I'm gonna, no, you go behind, I'll go first.
So we'll basically be adjacent to each other.
Yeah.
Okay, so us
Go.
up front.
The corridor, by the way, is 10 feet across.
Well,
so
in that case, let's all walk shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
Well, you can fit two, shoulder to shoulder.
Skirmish
you can go
line.
2 by 2
Yeah.
if you want to, in a square.
Well, you and I
Me
are
and
next
you,
to each other.
me and you.
Yeah, you, Jacob and nothing.
Okay, Jacob, nothing,
Taking
heading up.
point.
All right. As you step nearer to the statue, you can also now see at their feet an inscription, which is very faintly, and this does look incredibly old and well worn, into the floor. They're clearly elvish runes.
Don't we speak Elven?
No, I don't.
Oh, I do.
Was that the half elf?
So do I.
Anyone.
Yeah.
Psych.
I speak Elvish as well.
Do you?
Yeah.
Hello. I'm French.
Yeah, and Infernal.
Oh, do you? Us two could have a chat in Infernal. I speak Infernal and Abyssal.
Brilliant.
So...
Another cut? Another edit? I'm only joking. Only joking.
Oh, obviously, Jacob knows this instantly, but he does too. Speaks Elvish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So everyone, apart from nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the three of you then...
Jacob's is very rusty. Very rusty. He does.
I would say the old files in Baldur's Gate, peace files were written in Elvish.
Nice.
I'm still actually just going to have the three of you, so Osgaren, Cassius and Jacob, if you just do a quick history check. Because
12.
these are incredibly old. 12 from
Osgaren.
16.
Crit fail. Oh God! Not again!
Your arms fall off and your legs fall off, explode into dust, and you flop around on the floor like a fish, slapping around this torso.
Can I use a reaction to try and catch him before he falls in the
Yeah, you
poo?
can try a quick dex check, see if you catch him.
That is a 15.
All right, you catch him, and then suddenly you realise you're carrying both Pluckers and the torso of Cassius. So, quick strength check.
Actually, I think I was cocked. 5.
5?
Yeah.
You see Jacob just fall forwards on his face, falling onto the torso of Cassius, who can just take
Play the clown
5
music.
points of damage. With the weight of both Pluckers and Jacob on you. Though it was a nice idea, Jacob. But then you also take it's 2d8, 16 points of damage from the pain, the agony of this curse.
Are you unconscious?
Yeah. I'm on -8.
Nothing is getting... Frantic's probably a strong word, but she's getting sort of increasingly worried about Pluckers and getting her out in one piece. Cassius's arms and legs just randomly falling off are not really conducive with escaping an uncharted and terrified dungeon in one piece. Probably more out of self-interest than true worry.
When Jacob sees Cassius's arms pop off, it's just another item on a long list of things Jacob can't quite believe he's really seeing. Clearly, in the situation they're in, that's going to be pretty tricky.
As scarred and horrified and shaken as Osgarian was at seeing his friend, who just can't catch a break, exploded up in the Temple of Amanator, the bard in him can't help but see something darkly, bleakly humorous in this warlock that just can't catch a break.
I think that when Cassius finally manages to take in the magnitude of the life transference from Pluckers, he's truly petrified. I mean, don't get me wrong, he loves his pig-sized friend for the generous gift of bringing him back to life, but the searing pain that happens every time his arms and legs fall off is making Cassius think whether it was all worth it. This guy is going to go through any amount of pain to get his daughter out of that bloody crystal, and despite the agony of every pop, it's kind of better than being dead.
Osgarian and nothing, you just... That could not have gone south quicker. You literally saw Cassius just inspecting these rooms, and then just a horrible chain of events culminating in him falling unconscious as a torso. While unconscious, your limbs are not growing, just so you know.
Oh no.
Okay.
You're just an unconscious torso at this point.
But, oh no, because my limbs didn't fall into any of... Did anyone catch any of the limbs that just...
They burst into dust.
Disapparate.
That's because they don't fall into like a satchel, right?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
We need to make you a
Right.
satchel.
They're actually...
Limb bags.
So they are actually exploding mid-air.
Okay.
So there's no touching the ground dealio.
Yeah.
You are not going to find a situation where you've got some nice sleek hooks and legs,
Cassius arms.
basically.
Okay.
I had a good think about this. So no, they
You
exploded
didn't want
in
that.
there. Yeah, I did not want that. It was off-brand for us. So yeah.
Cannibalism.
You heard that Cannibal Dragon Wings podcast? It's pretty niche.
Now, let's just quickly talk about dying and stabilizing. So, outside of the podcast, we keep getting this wrong. I've looked at the rules. To stabilize somebody,
Is this going to be...
you need to make either you need to roll as the unconscious person your saving throw 3 times.
Yeah.
Or somebody needs to stabilize you. To stabilize you, it's a wisdom check.
Okay.
Is
10
this
is the
going
DC.
in the podcast, this bit?
We'll see how it comes out.
Just because I need to blow my nose. So
Blow
I
your
didn't
nose.
want to do it
Just go
in the
ahead.
middle of you explaining and then you say, actually, we were going to use this.
I rolled a 6. I have not stabilised
Okay.
anybody.
Yeah.
I was going to offer to help. Okay.
Do that.
Unless one of you has a medicine kit. And then one
What
of
a
you can...
disguise kit.
I've
No.
got a disguise kit.
You put a blanket over his body.
And paint
And
it
some scrubs.
intricately
Yeah, exactly.
into arms and legs.
So no,
So what am I rolling?
you can stabilize with a medicine check.
14.
You stabilize him.
Yes.
You're no longer dying, but you are unconscious, and your limbs regrow.
Do I go back up to 0?
You are on
-8. If I'm stabilised,
You're on 0.
You are on 0.
Stabilised.
Okay.
Okay. I lay on hands for 5 points of healing. And that is all of my lay on hands.
I just... It happened again, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
And so what does that elven inscription say, sorry?
As I just nuzzle up to the...
and as you crawl over to it, you don't know. Cassius.
I just need another... Give me a moment.
I rolled a 16 on that history check.
Jacob, you do know then what the runes spell. They are incredibly old, thousands of years old, maybe denoting the age of this place, whatever it is. The closest translation as you can make it in modern parlance is something like, step carefully here. This is the Vengeful Banshee's place.
I relay that to the group.
Vengeful Banshee.
Ooh.
Sounds lit.
And you can all do a quick religion check.
Oh, luckily.
17.
17.
17.
18, but it was a 17.
Nice.
But 18.
You all look at each other and all kind of go,
No, at 20.
nice.
I can't tell
You
you
still,
six minutes.
you all look at each other and you go, oh, at the same time. This is a lesser drow god called Kiaransali. And she's also known as the Lady of the Dead, the Revenancer, or the Vengeful Banshee. She is a cruel and twisted deity. And, you know, she leans towards vengeance and also the unholy arts.
Oh.
Jacob does not like the sound of this.
Yeah. Whatever flavour of elves built this place, they're not the happy foresty kind.
And you just hear it as you look behind. I've just eaten another chicken wing and I'm started glowing.
And you gain 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Nice.
Down to 1 wing.
Down to 1 wing.
Do chicken wing abilities stack? So if you were to eat 2 wings, would you get +4 damage against?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They do.
How long has it been since you had his last wing?
You can carb load ahead of an attack.
That's cool.
I think the effects last for about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
So since the last one, more time has gone by.
Okay, right.
You gain a hit point, you glow 1 damage and double versus undead.
And just that damage is on your next attack, or do you have to attack within the next 10 minutes?
Within the next 10 minutes.
Okay, so my attack is rip.
When the glow fades, so does the attack.
Nice.
But you keep the hit point. Have that.
All right.
So
we're going to have to wait until our friend here is, you've got all 4 limbs.
They 30 or 40 seconds, as soon as you stabilise him and he's breathing, without dying again, his limbs grow back. 30 or 40 seconds, they come back. Again, it's just this incredible pain, Cassius. Pluck as though stays unconscious.
Oh, God.
No effect.
Okay.
Just step carefully here. I presume that's referring more broadly to not going down this cursed corridor, but can we see any particular... Can I have a little check for traps in between these two?
Nothing can do a quick perception check.
Yeah.
The rest of you watch as nothing, just gets on her hands and knees,
Slinks
inspects.
11, unfortunately.
Up until the point of the statues, as far as you're concerned, no traps.
Okay. How far are we from the statues just now, roughly?
At this point, 10 feet.
Okay.
I cast Mage Hand.
Yeah.
This little hand pops out of my other hand. And just scurries across the floor in between the 2 statues and just over the tiles and see if it sets off any traps.
Okay, you just see the hand sprawl across the statues and across the ground. That's about it.
Cool. Stay there. I'm coming soon. Say where I can see you.
Right, well, off we go then.
Yeah, let's keep moving.
Hi, it's Ian here telling you that we've teamed up with The Dice Dungeon to bring you some tasty, dicey discounts. The Dice Dungeon offer a delectable range of excellent metal dice with free shipping in the UK over £30 and with international shipping options available. You can check them out at Dice Dungeon UK on Instagram and Twitter or their website thedicedungeon.co.uk and use the mightiest of discount codes, Dragonwings, as one word, to treat yourself to a discount. No problem. Also, the Dice Dungeon are taking part in the Dice for Masks campaign. For under a tenner, you can get yourself a random bag of matching polyhedral dice from more than 100 different styles. It's a dice bonanza! £4 from every sale goes towards protective equipment for healthcare workers around the world. Find out more on their social media pages at Dice Dungeon UK.
I walk between the two statues.
Alright, nothing. You can make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, I thought
The
this might be
classic.
coming. Oh, it's a good roll. Where is wisdom saving throw? What there? 19.
You get this unnerving feeling in the back of your mind as if for a moment something was close to you, though no longer. It's more of an internal sense than an actual feeling like something is out there. But it washes over you, no effect.
Did anyone else just feel very strange just then?
And the rest of you saw nothing.
Very, very near.
And the rest of you saw nothing step forwards, and she kind of turns around and says that.
No. What happened?
I felt like whatever the fuck is out there is very, very nearby.
Can I use my divine sense again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Celestials, fiends, undead, anywhere near us. Can I
No.
sense anything?
No.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm telling you it is.
Just between the two statues.
Well, we haven't got any choice, have we? So I guess we all...
Can we go around the statues?
Nope.
Or go through the statues?
Yep.
Step carefully. Was it step carefully? What was the inscription?
Step carefully here. This is the Vengeful Banshee's place.
Okay.
After you,
guys.
Jacob.
All right. Jacob takes a step forward and...
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, God. I'm not very wise. That's a 9.
A 9.
God, he's got pluckers as
The
well.
statues animate immediately.
They bloody would.
And they loom towards you, mouths yawning open, and they raise their swords as if to strike. All of you can roll initiative.
I rolled a nat 20, so 24.
What?
Does anything happen?
The very first thing that happens, as soon as Jacob steps between the statues, is you just see this pair of arms fling through the side of the corridor, and then the legs shoot off as well. Flops around in midair for a second and then flops to the ground. You're going to take just 4 points of damage. The rest of you see Jacob move forwards. He startles as if something's leaped in front of him, and then he turns to you and draws his weapon. Osgarin, he snarls at you.
Easy, big fella.
Oh, shit.
Sun's getting real low, Jacob.
Yeah. And Cassius, he also narrows his eyes at you.
That's just because you're weird and your arms have just fallen.
Just flapping on the floor. Just
Yeah, and Jacob, you don't know where in the hell Osgarin and Cassius have gone, but the statues are nearing towards nothing, and you've got to stop them.
Oh, my God.
But first up, we'll have Osgarin. He thinks that you're a
He
statue.
thinks I'm a statue. I can see two statues and...
You just see the statues. You know, they're stood there, nothing's
And Jacob.
changed.
Yeah, okay.
And you can just see Jacob staring at you with his weapon drawn.
This guy's freaking out. Jacob, can you hear me? Jacob, snap out of it. What's going on?
You hear this, like, glottal, snarling, screeching coming from one of the statues.
Oh, no.
I raise my hammer.
Okay. Okay. I'm just going to roll a bunch of d8.
You don't try and put me to sleep, aren't you?
I'm gonna buy us some time. That's what I'm gonna do. 6, 8, 10, 13, 18 hit points of creature falls asleep. How many hit points you on, son?
22.
No effects.
I just sort of raise a hand, mumbling a bardic incantation, and nothing happens.
Jacob, one of the skeletons is reaching for you. Next up, nothing. You're ahead of the statues, right?
Yeah.
And you can just see, it looks like Jacob's trying to protect you from the other two.
I've got nothing here that can do anything other than hurt him. How far behind him am I?
Oh, like within 5 feet.
Okay, so I scream at him, stop. Does anything happen?
Yeah, you hear it.
I turn around and say, what do you mean, stop? Stop what?
Well, you're attacking our friends. What on earth are you doing?
Friends, it's the statues. The statues, they're coming at me.
It's not the statues have got you, mate. It's not. Honestly, they're fine.
You can just do a persuasion check,
Okay.
nothing, and you can match it to your charisma. Jacob.
19.
11.
You believe her utterly, but ahead of you are these two fiends snapping, screeching. You can scarcely believe it.
So I go to grab at his arm.
Yeah.
And I say, honestly, it's something to do with those statues. They've like bewitched you or something. Honestly, that's our friends.
You're sure?
Very sure. Very, very sure.
I do. Okay, can I? Because obviously it's out of initiative order. Can I do anything?
It's not your go yet, so you can't do anything.
Okay.
Cassius.
I'm going to retreat away from, as my arms and legs are regrowing.
Yeah.
Just slowly, like, slither back on the floor to back where Oscarin is.
Yeah.
And just stagger up.
And it does take 30 or 40 seconds, right? So we're in combat, 6 seconds around, they're stumps.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can I slither back that far?
You can have a go. Let's say you're moving a quarter movement speed.
On your stumps.
Okay.
On your stumps, yeah.
On my stumps. And then I'm just going to Eldritch Blast one of the statues.
Okay.
It's a 17 to hit.
It's a hit.
7 force damage.
Nice. One of the statues explodes, the illusion fades. Combat over.
Yay!
Sorry. I thought it looked like. It doesn't matter.
I let go of your arms.
You looked
Honestly.
angry there for a second,
Yeah.
Jacob.
As I reach into the pouch and just...
You scared me.
Oh, he's eating the last wing. It's gone.
The
Zero.
last week.
You gain 1 hit point.
0 Plucker's wings remaining.
I don't really have a leg to stand on here because I just ate one earlier and it gave
Neither
me.
does he.
That wasn't even.
That was a brutal flex on the guy with stumps. Jesus. Shoes on the other foot, mate.
The tee up.
So now that I've eaten 2 wings in quick succession,
Yeah.
I get double 2 damage points to my next hit.
Yeah.
And
Do you get double?
double damage to undead.
No, just double. Don't look at me like that's not fair. You're not going to get double damage. You just get double damage to... that's the effect.
Actually scaling damage.
That's the effect, yeah.
I turn to Jacob and say, any chance, brother, you can use some of your divine powers to heal our friend up?
I wish I could. I lay a hand on you and but nothing happens. I'm all out. It's spent.
Could we have a short rest? Yeah.
Instantly.
It says your friends.
Can we have a trust?
We can knock on the door again and go back in. We can just restart.
That didn't
this
go well.
whole-
That was awful, actually.
We can have a short rest. All 3 of you are protecting me. I just need a...
The door is right there. It's literally there. We could just be like, we need another.
I forgot something.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, my hat?
Left my phone charger, sorry. It's plugged in. It's plugged in at the...
Jacob, you feel the weight of Pluckers on your back.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, but Pluckers, we've only got another couple of hours till Plucker stops breathing again.
Yeah, I don't know if we
And
can
we don't
slow
have any
down.
lay on hands left.
Time is of the essence.
All right, I'm going to linger at the back a little bit, if that's okay.
Absolutely fine.
And if you can avoid rolling any sweet old great hits, that'll be appreciated.
We'll do our best.
Looking ahead, the corridor itself is smooth and heavy with dust, though you can see some relatively recent disturbance. Who's up front at the moment?
Me.
Okay, nothing. Just do a quick investigation roll.
Investigation. Why the fuck have I forgotten where anything is? It is an 11.
An 11? It looks like the middle of the corridor was rather carelessly scrubbed with water in a long streak, heading away from you.
Does it still look wet?
It's still slightly damp, yeah.
I did tell you something's been here really recently. It looks like there have been. Can I see? Does it go on as far as I can see?
It goes on as far as you can see. And actually, as far as you can see is that some 60 feet away at the end of the corridor, you can see an entranceway of sorts. Doesn't have a door, but it's opening up to what's clearly a larger space or a room or something beyond from the semicircular opening. Slumped in the corridor, however, between you and that opening, side on to you is a cloaked figure. Brilliant. Its face is hidden by its cloak, and whoever it is twitching and trembling on the floor, back against the wall. Looks as if it's convulsing.
At that point where where the smear starts, can I see anything like in the walls? Anything to indicate that someone got injured there? And
Quick perception check. The rest of you see nothing doing her stuff.
12.
12. You don't see any traps. You don't see any holes. You can't see anything immediately nearby that might have caused it.
So I assume that these guys can't see that far ahead. They can't see the figure that I can see.
They're just kind of watching you do your stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, those with dark vision, following her lead, you can see this figure 60 feet away. You can see it slumps at the end of the corridor.
So I explain to them what I can see.
Yeah.
Say that there's a figure there.
And are you whispering this? Are you shouting it? Or
I'm speaking in a low voice.
hushed tones?
Do you want me to send my little mage hand?
Do it.
And you still have the torch out at this point, I take it. Cool.
Yeah.
Fine.
So I just send off little mage hand to the twitching corpse.
Yeah.
And I just want him, the mage hand, to pull back the hood.
Okay.
See
What's
what's-
the range on that, mage hand?
30 feet.
So you're getting within 30 feet first?
Oh, we don't want
Is
you
the
in
inevitable
harm's way,
question?
do we?
No, I'm not going to die again. I recall the little mage hand.
Nothing's really in two minds here, but she really wants that fucking chicken back fighting fit. So I walk forward.
Okay. Whoever this is still
Slowly.
trembling, twitching.
Yeah.
Let's push up. Yeah, let's go.
I've got my rapier drawn at this point for what it's worth. And I just edge slowly towards the figure.
All right. You get closer. You get to 50 feet, 40 feet, 30 feet.
Send the mage hand.
You can see the figure clearer now.
Yeah.
You can't make out any details, but you see some, it's wearing boots, trousers, pantaloons.
Sartorially elegant.
But you can't see any of the racial features. You can't see any of the details because of the cloak, the hood.
Okay. I've edged forward. It's all been fine. So I get those guys to come join me. And maybe someone who can do something more magical than me.
Okay.
Now can mage hand the...
I'll walk up alongside. Nothing. I say, here goes nothing, and I send off the little mage hand again.
It's the opposite of what's happening.
Yeah. Well, she's and then it pulls back at the hood, and what does it see? What does it reveal?
Okay, an enormous swarm of rats
Oh, no.
bursts out of the cloak from a skeleton and just screeching dozens of them. They rush towards you. Everybody roll initiative. You've got two swarms of rats coming for you.
Lit.
These rats, by the way, they look skeletal.
Oh.
Undead, certainly. You can
As if
see
they're undead.
as if they're undead. You can see
And
some
you
of them
ate
with
both the wings.
bits of skin flapping, falling off of them, hanging freely. First up is going to be Cassius.
Trembling, and because he hates rats, famously, he puts his hands together. A cone of fire just erupts out of his palms as he casts Burning Hands.
Yay!
Creatures need to take a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, so one of them crit fails, so it's just going to get a 2.
So what
Crit
happens?
fails.
Christ. Can I just get a group consensus here? What does this... Is he like a Catherine wheel? Just like this, the inertia from the flames bursting out
How
his
does
hands?
burning hands work if he has many hands?
Well, it shoots out as a cone, right?
I want everyone to
And
tell me
then the
what
hands
happens
just
here.
fall off and just so it takes the lower half.
I would say...
As it goes down in an arc, as the arms fall.
I would say a horrible DM would say that they flip and turn on you as they spiral out of control. But I would say that as soon as the arms leave your body, the spell fails. So the flames cut out, but your arms burst off, your legs burst off. They burst into dust midair, and you're going to take 7 points of damage.
The rat crit fails,
But actually,
it wins.
actually, it definitely wins.
So surely it'll get some damage from what's already come out.
No. Spell fails.
Okay.
But they're making the save, right?
Yeah, spell fails. You want another one of these?
I'm saying.
Spell fails.
And you just see me go unconscious. 8 damage, 7 damage.
7.
Can I try and stabilise him or do I have to wait till I go?
Up to you. But it's got to be on your go.
Okay.
Nothing more for Cassius.
I guess not.
Next is Oscarin.
Jesus Christ.
Quite a bad curse.
Since my spell failed,
Yeah.
is that slot burnt?
Let's say no. Hey?
There you go.
Jesus. Osgarin is going to try to mitigate this somewhat, and I would like the closest swarm of rats to take a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, they're going to get 13.
Cool, so the only one pack of rats
Yep.
fails as this quiet, low, demonic whispering, it hears it in its ears. It's a rat, it's not very intelligent, but it just knows to
Dozens of rats, yeah.
Dozens of rats, so they know to be scared. They
Right.
feel like there's some greater predator near them.
Nice.
And the swarm of rats takes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of psychic damage and is compelled to run away from me as fast as it can.
Nice.
And then as my bonus action,
Yep.
I am going to heal Cassius for 6 hit points.
Out of interest, Cassius, are you at this point just kill me? Please, just let me go to the beyond.
I mean, this burning sensation of when the arms and legs regrow is fucking brutal.
This is no kind of life for anyone.
Yeah.
And that's all my spells used on the
Nice.
first encounter of the afternoon.
They take the damage, but you can see that the pack is utterly unaffected by the fright.
Oh, really?
They're immune to it.
yeah.
They're not frightened.
No, I'm dead.
Cool. Next up, though, is that same swarm.
Yeah.
Who come swirling and screeching towards you, and they occupy your space, Osgaren.
Yeah.
They swarm up and they begin clawing their way up your legs and onto
Yeah.
your chest, and you feel this nipping and gnawing sensation.
Good.
But it's just going to be a 4 to hit, rather.
4 to hit. Nothing happens. I'm furiously batting them away from my legs.
Next up is Jacob.
Get them off, get them off, get them off!
Just quickly, who am I near? Who, as in, of our party, who is within 5 feet of me?
You're next to everyone.
Okay, good, just checking.
Basically, where the corpse is, and you can see it's a corpse, it's a skeleton, is about sort of 25 feet away. And you've got one swarm now all over your companion Osgaren next to you. The other one is still near the skeleton.
Okay, I'm going to bless all of us, well, all of you, so you're all blessed, which means you get to add a d4 to attack rolls and saving throws.
Cool.
I'm going to cast Compelled Duel on the other swarm, the swarm that is still distant from us
Right.
and hasn't engaged, which means that it gets disadvantage attacking anyone but me.
Nice.
Yeah, so you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
5.
Fail. So yeah, they are now affected by Compelled Duel.
Nice. Anything more?
No, I'm just going to stay where I am if I'm near everyone.
And it is in fact that other pack, and they're going to swarm towards you. And again, they're going to leap onto your legs and then up your
When
torso.
they-
But it's going to be a crit miss. So next up is...
So what happens?
Oh shit! Oh god!
Jesus Christ!
I just regrown. Stand back up and then just.
Oh shit!
You guys see almost like this weird sort of replenishing fighter jet ejection system. You just see the arms shoot off and then the legs, and again you see this torso flop to the ground like a fish out of water.
Fuck.
You are going to take 8 points.
Oh no.
of damage.
Unconscious again.
Yeah. No.
Healing Cassius at this point is such a mug's game.
You literally just give him enough to bring it back and then for him to die again.
Yeah.
Yeah, combat's quite rough, isn't it, for you?
Yes.
Well, the only thing, nothing's hurt us apart from ourselves.
Yes.
It's not combat that's the problem.
And you say us. Yeah. Cassius.
It is.
Well, your rolls are hurting me.
Yeah.
It is a crit miss though, so we are going to go back to over to nothing.
Okay. I think nothing's thought was, oh, maybe I'll do a bit of healing for Cassius, but having just seen that happen twice in quick succession, she is going to step up and just thrash at the pack of rats on Jacob with her rapier.
Cool.
Does she get her sneak attack damage because the rat is engaged with the pack of rats is engaged with Jacob?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. So,
Not crit. Not crit.
so 13 to hit.
It's a hit.
Plus 1d4, if you like. If you like me, you hit it. You hit it.
If you like, oh, that's a 3. 3 points of slashing, piercing damage. Sorry.
All right.
You get to add that though.
In that case, it's 5.
5.
Yeah.
They are resistant to that damage, so
piercing
they're
damage.
only going to take
Fuck's
2.
sake.
Bloody swarms.
Anything else though?
Yeah, I would like to dash. Yeah, I'd like to move.
Yeah.
So I am gonna move backwards from the group
Okay.
in the hope that the rats swarm towards me and everyone can sort of opportunistically attack them en route.
Can you disengage?
Yeah.
You do that. You going 5 feet back, 10 feet back?
Just 5. Just 5.
5? Cool. You distance yourself so you're not adjacent to them anymore. Anything more though?
No.
No, we're back up to Cassius, who is without arms, legs, and is prone.
All consciousness.
All consciousness, so you can do a death saving throw.
There's a catch-22 with this, right? Because
Yeah, tell us what the downside of this is.
so you can, if I succeed 3 times, right,
Back to 1 hit
I
point.
stabilize. But if I crit, then I go back up to 0. But then would then
That's 3. If you crit, the rule is if you get 3 successes, you stabilize at 0.
Yeah.
If you manage to
then-
crit
but if I
20,
crit, yeah.
then you come back to 1 hit point.
But then I would.
But for
negate-
you,
yeah.
that would be bad. So you're right.
16.
Okay, that's 1 success. 2 more and you're not dying.
Big.
3 fails though and you're dead. What's Garen?
I'm gonna wildly swipe with my rapier at
Yes.
the rats around my legs.
Yeah.
14 versus AC.
It's a hit.
Great. 11 points of piercing damage, so 6, or is that 5?
That is 5.
5 points of piercing damage.
Yeah.
To the one I hurt with the dissonant whispers as well.
Nice. Anything more?
Nope.
Now we are with that same pack,
Yep.
who are going to try and bite you for a 7 versus AC.
No, I'm still somehow, they're not quite getting through the leathers that I'm wearing. Yeah.
Okay, nice. And then we're over to Jacob.
So I've got my hammer out, but I've also got my torch. And I'm thinking that actually that might be a more effective weapon against this swarm that I've compelled to attack me.
Okay.
So I'm going to swing at them with this flaming brand.
Intermission for rules check.
Alright, you get, it's an improvised weapon, so you're not going to get to add your proficiency bonus to it. You can just add your,
I
it's
do
like
press
your
myself.
to hit, but without the proficiency bonus.
Oh, so
Just be strength.
Yeah.
okay, well then it's still a 21.
It's a hit.
Sure. So I'm rolling a d4.
You actually
plus-
just do 1 fire damage.
Wow, okay.
Cool. But it's not resistant to it.
Sick.
Every little helps.
Yeah, right on.
So you were going for the one on you.
Yeah, I'm going for the one I've compelled to. I've got to attack the one that's compelled me. Otherwise, compelled to attack me. Otherwise, that spell ends.
Nice, man. So you hit yourself with a lit torch.
Yeah. and do
Just to
one.
clarify.
Okay, that's fine.
Thrashing wildly at myself.
Whatever, I'll let that slide. The same group, though, are going to now try and nip and gnaw their way through your clothing. It's only a 9 versus AC.
They do not succeed.
I love seeing Dab just flinch every time someone rolls a dice.
God.
And now we're back to nothing. You're 5 feet away.
I'm 5 feet away. So the only damage I can deal is piercing. So I'm just gonna keep on keeping on.
Yep. You going for a Scones or Jacobs?
Sorry, Jacobs
Yeah.
again, and that is a 21 to hit.
It's a hit.
8 points.
So 4 is all they take, so they're resistant. We're back up to unconscious Cassius. Another death saving throw.
15.
That's another success. I'm just waiting for that next crit. That's horrible. Osgaren.
I continue slashing at the ones around my feet.
Yeah.
For 9 to 11, 12 versus AC.
Hit.
And I do 5 rounded down points of damage.
2. But there are only a couple of them left on you. You've been smacking off these little goddamn
Little
undead bastard rat things. There's only a couple left.
Yeah.
Next, it is that same pack who's going to try and hit you for 11 versus AC.
Nope.
And now we're on to Jacob.
I'm going to attack the rats that are compelled to attack me.
Yep.
I'm dueling with. I'm going to use my hammer this time instead. For 18 versus AC.
It's a hit.
2 damage.
Nice. Anything else?
Nope.
No, they try to nibble their way through your clothing again. This time it's 17 versus AC.
It's a miss.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Nice.
Big.
I was ready to roll there.
Yeah.
I'm a tough boy.
And now we're back to nothing.
So again, I'm gonna rush forward. They're almost off you, so I'm gonna go Jacobs.
Yeah.
Again, that's a crit. Look at his little face.
I think I might die.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Well, let's find out.
How much do you need to die?
Don't tell him.
Right. You can watch the roll. I roll that every time here.
I need
What are the stakes?
11.
11 die. It's possible.
Or what is it? 2d8? Did you say?
Yeah, 2d8.
Ooh.
4 points of damage as you just see these little slithers of stumps fly out. And you hear this gurgling from Cassius.
Just blinking and just like shaking on the floor.
Oh, you
convulsing.
All right. But you crit.
Crit. Yeah, 24 to hit.
It's a hit, and you get to do double your attack die.
Yeah.
Not the modifier, just the attack die.
Really nice.
So that is 17 points.
Real big.
Piercing damage. Just see me absolutely losing my shit.
You skewer the last of the rats, and they fall dead to the floor.
Yes.
Oscarin, you are out of the shit.
Nice. Oh, were you attacking mine or Jacob's?
No, attacking Jacob's.
You're attacking mine.
Oh, same result. Jacob, you are out of the shit.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought they were almost gone from Oscarin anyway, so.
In that case, we're back to Cassius.
Third saving throw.
12.
Nice.
You stabilise.
Yes!
Oh, that's big.
Back to 0.
That's big.
That's big.
That is huge. Oscarin.
Continue slashing. 15 versus AC.
Hit.
And then I do 2 points rounded, so 2 points after rounding.
After rounding.
Yeah.
Cool. There's still a couple left, though they're gnawing now at your throat and at your nostrils and ears, just hanging off.
God.
So you fling your head back and forth.
Yeah.
And they're going to try and gnaw their way through your face.
Oh, no, that's
It's actually 21 versus AC.
I mean, they...
As a protection fighter, I impose disadvantage on that roll.
Whoa! Jacob steps in. It's 18 versus AC.
They are gnawing at my face.
But actually, there's only a few left, so they're just going to do 1 piercing damage to you.
Nip a little hole in a nostril.
Yeah.
You got a place for an earring to go in your left ear.
Nice.
Jacob.
Get them off of me, Jacob.
I turn to Oscarin and delicately with my hammer. I'm going to try as dexterously as I can to attack these rats that are swarming over his face for a 20 to hit.
It's a hit.
3, rounded down.
3. How do you kill the last of the rats?
There's the one that's hanging off of Oscarin's nostril. I just grab it in my hand and crush it in my palm. Drop it to the floor.
Oh, shit. Combat over. Cassius, you
I need a little help.
You go back to 1 hit point. You regain consciousness.
Oh my.
Cassius, you're on the ground. Your limbs are regrowing. But you're conscious.
Oh, God.
You okay, buddy?
Every time it happens, it feels like being thrown into an infernal pit of hell.
So you're not okay?
No.
You want it to happen more, or?
Oh boy.
I just need someone to hold me.
Well, up you come, brother. And I sort of scoop him up as his legs.
Can someone just check that little corpse? That's not me. See if they've got anything.
Is there anything in there?
Poke around the old skeleton.
Yeah, you can see now that it's a skeleton. You think it probably belonged to a human at one point. You pat it down, and it has 30 pieces of very old tarnished silver, as well as a silver ring on one hand. It's a very basic, simple-looking ring, and you think that's probably worth another 10 silver.
Yoink.
Yoinkers.
Put it on immediately. Like the look of that.
And that's what you find.
Nice.
Perfect.
As you move further down the corridor, though, you notice that the walls themselves are inlaid with kind of complex, winding, spiralling patterns. And as you look a little closer, you start to get the measure of them, which is that they're clearly bones, which have been rather seamlessly hewn and sanded down and worked into the stone themselves. And as you kind of lift your torch, you sort of look at the entire corridor. I mean, dozens, if not hundreds of corpses probably went into this passageway alone, and who knows how thick the walls are.
Yeah.
Like a freaky mausoleum.
Yes.
Well, this is horrible.
Yeah.
And it is horrible. You in particular, Jacob, get utter horrible, unholy juju from all angles.
And you said we are walking down this corridor towards an opening into what presumably is a larger chamber.
Exactly, and you start to approach that opening now.
How far away?
Currently, you're just a couple of feet away from it.
I'm going to see if I can sense anything undead again.
Nice.
Third time's a charm. Divine sense.
You do.
I do. And I relay that information to the rest of the party. There's something have a fiendish nature ahead.
Nice.
Something wicked this way comes.
The room, and you peer into it, is large. There is a 15-foot high ceiling, rising to a dome in the middle. There are sconces lining the walls, though they're not lit, and the space itself is probably around 40 feet or so across and 60 feet wide. There are rows of alcoves set into the walls as well between the sconces, and they look as though at one time they were probably beds of some sort. So this must have been like a dormitory or a barracks or something similar. On the very other side of the room opposite you is a reinforced wooden door with some kind of dark metal banding. It's currently closed. Now, most notably, feature-wise in the room, between you and the door on the other side, in the middle beneath the dome portion of the ceiling is a large stone-looking rectangular object. It's around 4 feet high and 8 feet long, and you can see even from this distance, you're about 20 feet away, that patterns and engravings wind their way around its surface, and a seam at the top, it's rather thick, indicates that it probably has a lid.
Like a sarcophagus.
Looks like that.
Dragon wing.
Thanks for listening. Make sure to check out the Dice Dungeon at Dice Dungeon UK on Instagram and Twitter, and our own pages, Dragon Wings Pod. I hope you enjoyed today's cutaway that was socially distanced recorded on everyone's phones. Great. Catch you next time.